just going to explain to you, because you're the first person that I'm filming,
There's an honour.
the way this project came to me was, it came from my friend Lindsay, who, as you know, well, basically I went to her funeral yesterday, and it was as if she knew that I was struggling to find a project for this year. She took part in my project last year. And what she said to me is, you should ask people what is the best thing in their life. So Chris, what is the best, most important thing in your life? Actually, that was the wording, the most important thing in your life.
Oh, Lindsay, good question. What a legacy. The best and most important thing in my life. Probably going to cry doing this one. That is unequivocally my Tom. And that's not to say that you know, my stepchildren and things aren't all terribly important, and the people all over my family aren't important, but Tom is important to me beyond being my son. Because when I was told Tom had autism, it felt like a bereavement. It felt like we'd both been cheated out of things. It felt so desolate. So what Tom is to me, beyond being my gorgeous child, is he has taught me so much about my life, expectations. I've learned so much from him. He is my greatest teacher. So he's important to me beyond being my child. I genuinely believe he and I connected for me to learn all those lessons he's given me. And he continues to give me. And now, as he becomes an independent young man and is getting a level of independence that people told me he would never have, and I never believed them, but even I didn't see just how much potential he has, just how, but more than that, how much he can give to other people, that he's wanting to work with other people with different needs and disabilities, and I watch him working with them and I see how much he empowers them and helps them to grow. And now I see that he's moving out of our lives into his own life. And I'm finding out now who I am, because you start out being somebody's daughter and then you end up being somebody's mother, and finally I'm starting to go, oh my God, I'm me. So, which is a bit scary, because I'm not sure who I am yet. And I thought at 50 I'd know that. But that's who my most important person is. And not because of the connection that's family, but just because of everything he brings into my life. That's it.
Thank you.
Love you.
So there you go, Ian. What's the most important thing in your life?
The most important thing in my life? I suppose trying to enjoy life. Taking each day, making the most of it. Making it good for those around me, and hopefully some of that bounces back on me. And also because of my own circumstances with Lynn, I suppose trying to do each day in a way I think, yeah, she would like to have been part of that. Maybe I also feel that she is still part of that as well. So yeah, always say something good each day. I mean, there's a lot of horrible things going on in the world, but it doesn't mean we have to let them be the centre of our day. I don't think they should be. If anything, there should be an incentive to make the day even better than we ordinarily would have made it. So yeah, I would say taking each day, making the most of it, enjoying it. And if I can look back at the end of each day and say, yeah, that was good. I've enjoyed it, those around me have enjoyed it, and those that perhaps looking on from another place think, yeah, I would have liked to have been there too. And perhaps in a certain way, they will.
Nice, thank you. Ask me, or am I going to just say?
Introduce yourself. Your
Well, you're
question.
filming, you're in charge.
I can't remember what the question was. Yeah.
The question is, what is the most important thing in my life?
Okay.
Now, when I was asked this question by my friend Linz, my first answer actually was love. Love is the most important thing. And then I thought, really, if you take it literally and take it down to its essence, the most important thing in my life is breathing. And that made me laugh because, well, in a way it shouldn't have made me laugh because Lindsay had just died. But without breathing, then we have no life. So that has to be the most important thing in my life. But love's right up there too. Got to have lots of love. So that's my answer. Not very long, but I wanted it in there.
Sounds good to me.
And I'm in charge, so I put it in there.
Say whatever you want.
It's my game.
Well, you could have two answers, or 3 or 4 or 5.
Oh no, it has to be one. And ideally it's spontaneous, and obviously it's not spontaneous for me. I have had time to think about it, but that honestly, genuinely was my thought process really quickly.
Yeah.
It's love. And then, actually it's breathing. I like breathing. The question is, Mark, what is the most important thing in your life?
And that's it.
And that's it. What is the most important thing in your life?
That's a big question. Outliving my son. Making sure he's set up in the world. Family. 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 Being there for people, you know. It's so hard in the world that we're living in at the moment, where we're forced into a world where, you know, you're having to work all of your life away, you know, to pay bills, to, you know, survive, you know, and actually not have a life, not have an existence. It's, you've got to grab it where you can. You've got to, you know, just be happy. You've just got to be happy and grab the moment and do what makes you happy. Whatever you do, just make sure what you do makes you happy. That's it. That's all I want out of life, is to be happy. And for that I need food, I need warmth, I need love. And if you can't find love around you, you've got to love yourself. Because who else can take your space? You're unique, you know.
Thank you.
Go for it. Change it. Do it. Have fun.
So, Mark, having realised that you just said that you hope you outlived your son, would you like to make a further comment? Well, I know you would. That's why we're filming this.
Before we recorded this, Clashara asked me if I'd like to answer a question. I went through the rigmaroles as to why I shouldn't do it, because of having to have an instant response. And, you know, sometimes talking shit. But when I said I wanted to outlive my son, what I meant was is that I wanted to die before my son died. I wanted to go before him. I didn't want him to go before me. You know?
Okay.
This, and I tell everybody I find it difficult to express myself, so this is for the very reason it's hard for me to talk because I come up with stuff in the wrong way sometimes. But no, the last thing I want in my life is, for my son to go before I do. I want to make sure that we have a fucking good time. Peace and love and happiness.
The question, Sue, is what is the most important thing in your life?
The most important thing is family. My children are the most important. That's what have got me through the most difficult of times. It's kept me centred and takes the onus away from me. I don't have to think about myself, whatever I'm going through. It's having my children there has got me through what I've been through. So I've concentrated on them rather than myself, and now that's kind of turned around because now I'm concentrating on me. So that's what's most important for me.
Okay. So Jess, the question is, what is the most important thing in your life?
Wow. Probably the most important thing in my life at the moment would be Reese. And all the adventures that we've got coming up and the exciting time that we've got together in the next couple of months going travelling. So that's the most important thing, being homeless and unemployed right now. Just want to get out and have some fun. And yeah, that's the most important thing for me.
Thank
Is that
you.
enough?
So, yeah, you can add more if you want to add more, or that's enough if that's enough for you. It's your answer. There is no wrong answer.
No. Yeah, no, the most important thing is getting to know who we are properly. Going out and having some fun and not just being a robot in the machine and actually going out and doing it. Go on then, you can take it off now.
Generally being a bit famous.
So the question I'd like to ask you is, what is the most important thing in your life?
Most important thing
The
in my
most
life.
important thing in your life.
Fuck, that's a bit of a question.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know right now. Because you get those things, don't you? You think about your kids and your parents, your family. But it's beyond that. I think probably the most important thing in my life is the quest to realise what life is about and to share it, to really get in touch, to really become who I am, absolutely who I am, authentically who I am, totally and absolutely, with none of the shoulds and the oughts and the worries about what other people think. To be able to be absolutely loving and kind, especially here. Let's get out there. To be more in touch with the great mystery. I suppose actually it's about, you know how we're all God, apparently, and we're all thoughts in God's experience. I think I'd probably quite like to get a handle on that. I don't know if it's the most important thing in my life right now, but probably underlying it all is the spiritual aspect of life, is actually what the fuck is all of this about.
So Mike, what is the most important thing in your life? Good question, isn't it?
Yeah, because I find it quite hard because I've never held, certainly on the material sense, I've never held a single thing as the important thing. It's always a combination of things. It's always, you know what I mean? I suppose the most important thing in life is... What was the question again? What's my most important thing?
What's the most important thing in your life?
In my life? No, that is quite hard actually, because yeah, as long as I'm breathing, I'm happy. Do you know what I mean? So it's quite hard to put. What do you? Important thing in my life. Clear conscience, I'd say. Trying to keep a clear conscience. Yeah. Yeah.
So?
Because at the end of the day, as everybody says, you know, at the end of the day on your deathbed you can't take anything else with you, and when my life flashes before my eyes at the end of the day, you want something good to look at, don't you? Yeah, so no, I think a clear conscience, you know, it was as guilt-free as possible.
That it?
Yeah, as long as I'm comfortable in myself, then I'm quite happy. Everything else is a bonus, really. So yeah.
Cool.
There you are.
Thank you. So my question this year is, what is the most important thing in your life?
The most important thing in my life is one more. Okay. The most important thing in my life is my awareness, is my consciousness. That's the most important thing, because the world changes with me, and I'm willing to look. That's it. That's the most important thing, is my awareness, my mindfulness, and my consciousness, and carry on expanding. Yeah, that's most important.
That's that. Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
Well, so my question I'm asking everybody is, what is the most important thing in your life?
I would have to say love. I know it's a bit cliched, but it is the most important thing. Without love, there's nothing. Without the social, intimate bonds between humans and animals and everything, then yeah, I find that life wouldn't be worth living. Before I had love, I can't remember anything, and after I've had love, I remember everything, all the memories and everything else. So yeah, love, undoubtedly.
I love you, Alex. Thank you. So the question that I'm going around asking everybody is, what is the most important thing in your life?
Oh, deep.
It is, yeah.
I'm not sure. Probably love, because it's the best adventure of all. It makes you happy when everything else could change at any minute. You never know. As long as you have that, everything is surmountable, I reckon. And not just for one person either, for everybody.
Yeah.
Loving everyone and letting them have their shit, you know, whatever goes on with them, whatever people do that might annoy you or whatever. If you have some love for them, then you can get over it.
Oh, I love you, Mika. I'm so glad we've connected this year. I am.
Is that a good answer?
The question I want to ask you is, what is the most important thing in your life?
Yes. Love.
Is it going? No, all right. Yeah, I think love and people being kind to each other. Doing things for them, like for the elderly, see if they want any shopping. When people move in, like send a little card and say welcome. Just make them feel welcome, how you would feel when you first moved to a place. Because I've done that from my neighbours. Since then, they've always been caring. He brings me over his tomatoes and things that he grows. And it just gives it that kindness as soon as you go to a new place, doesn't it? Yeah, and being good to your next door neighbour and, you know, say hello as soon as you see them and make them feel welcome. Well, do anything for anybody, you know, that's going to help their life a bit. If you know that they're struggling, if they want to go into hospital and have an operation, a bit worried about that, my neighbour is. I said, don't worry, you have your operation, get yourself well, and we will help anyway, get you shopping, even bring you in dinners, as I don't mind. Even though she says you're not very good yourself, I said, well, I manage, and I'd managed to help you when you needed it, because all her family are a long way away, and to be honest, they don't offer to help her, so she's worried about having her hip done, which she badly needs, but she'll feel so much better when she's had it done. So yeah, be good to all your neighbours and everybody you know, be kind, and you know, and if you do have an upset between anybody, just quickly rectify it and be friends again. Life's too short. I think that's the main thing. Okay?
That's lovely. Thank
Is that
you.
enough?
See? Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, my question is, what is the most important thing in your life?
Thing.
Interpret it how you will.
Thing. Well, I guess ultimately, if it's my life, then the most important thing in my life is me. If it's down to one thing, an individual thing, and that's the one thing that's there with me throughout all my life is me. Obviously there's many other things that are really important to me, but I guess in terms of my my relationship to the world would be connections with people. It's about making connections and enjoying those connections and making those connections better. And I think if you are disconnected, then you end up just being you, which is why it's important to love that thing that doesn't have any connections. Guess.
Cool. That it?
Yeah. I don't really know what to say, actually. Interesting question. It's just one thing. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
You've said it.
Yeah. Cool.
You're amazing.
Oh, well, we're all amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
That is, yeah, definitely. Right. So, my question this year is, what is the most important thing in your life?
That's a doozy, isn't it? It's just the people you love, really.
People you love.
That's it, really, isn't it? It's just look after those who you love and just don't hurt anyone. Try and be happy.
that it? That's
Yeah.
cool. Jeff. My question is, what is the most important thing in your life?
Love.
Yeah, do you want to expand?
No.
Or is that just
That's it.
Love is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Nice one.
What else is there?
Yeah, not a lot. That's a value.
Money, fame. Hooray.
No.
Cars. Guns. Brilliant. Cabbage.
Cabbage?
Yeah, I like cabbage. I'll go with love. Well, it does everything it says on the tin, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. That it?
Yeah.
Nice. I like it. So my question's actually quite simple. The question is, what is the most important thing in your life?
The most important thing in my life is quite obvious, as I'm a daddy. You know, it's my little cherubs. You know, I've been here. I've been given a job to guide them, and you know, I feel that the children in this age right now are very important. I feel we're the elders of a new age. You know, we are coming to a new age, and it's our job to guide them and educate them and learn from them as well. You know, they're our teachers. So, yeah, it's obvious. It's the children. Yeah.
I thought that might be your answer, actually, if I'm really honest.
Yeah. There's nothing. You know, it's like that. They are your world. You know, once you have children, they are your world, and everything revolves around them. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice one.
Cool. I bet you get some funny answers.
So, my question, Adrienne,
Yeah.
is very simple. What is the most important thing in your life?
My daughter. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't plan this question.
No.
She is the most important. She was born in 2008 and with a congenital heart disease. So we've been in and out of hospitals. I dropped my career in film, and I think I'm living her life, which is time now to stop and start to live my life. But I wake up with her and I go to sleep with her, and she is my life. She's the most important thing in my life. Nothing else.
Lovely.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Is that... Why sorry? That's lovely.
Because people sometimes can't even imagine that, you know, that you have one child and that gives you so much. But actually I love to spend time with her. Usually I take her away for the summer. I film my own stuff and we travel, and the best time I have. I have a husband, I have everything, very good life, but the time what I spend with her, that what it counts in my life. The best what it happened to me.
That's lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So my question is, what is the most important thing in your life?
My Jaden.
My little boy. Yes. He is. I love him. Yeah. No, he is. Without him, it's not the same. No. There you go. My baby.
Oh, that's lovely.
My little boy. Yeah, he's away on holiday at the moment. He's coming back tomorrow. So I haven't seen him for a week.
Oh.
Can't wait. It'll be annoying within 5 minutes, but can't wait to see him again. Yeah, I miss him.
Oh, that's lovely.
I'm going to cry in a minute.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, but that's nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when they go away, you don't, you don't know, because normally they don't go away, do you? They do they if you're their mum, but well, I suppose in this way, they do.
They do seem to more nowadays
They do
with
now,
school
don't
trips
they?
and things,
Yeah,
don't they?
but yeah, he's
Yeah.
coming back tomorrow.
Cool. So, that it?
Yeah. And my dog.
Oh, and your dog.
And Kai Kai, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go.
Cool, your family. Love it. Thank you.
Ash. Thank you, Ash.
So my question's
Should
quite...
I kind of look deep into your eyes or into the camera? What is the question?
Is, what's the most important thing in your life?
It is love, but I hesitate because it's not. It's kind of what I want to be the most important thing. Quite often it's not the most important thing because I'm running around doing on my little world with my goals and stuff like that, and love doesn't always come into it. That's probably when I come a cropper. But I do really believe in love. I do, but love with firm boundaries. And no walls. How about that? Love with firm boundaries and no walls. Effervescent, gorgeous, lovely love. It's a difficult question because, I feel like saying love is a bit of a platitude, really. But, at the end of the day, it is so important, isn't it? And, I just want everybody to love me. And I want to be able to love people better. And I want all the magic, the twinkliness and all of that. And it works great when everybody's in love and feeling compassionate and forgiving and empathetic and all the things that go with love. And understanding and all of that, But, I'd like to get to the end of my days and, that question that they often say comes to people at the end, did I love well and was I loved? So, how about that?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll put my shades back on now.
Right. Okay. So my question
is,
what's the most important thing in your life?
Oh, that's interesting. The most important thing in my life is my marriage. I actually think this time I've got it right. I find it emotionally very satisfying and spiritually satisfying. I think in fact this time I've met somebody that I'm with because I really like them and love them. I fancy him, but before it was just because I fancied somebody, or in one case because I was so at sea I would have settled for anybody, and that to me is the most important thing in my life now. That's all I can say, really.
That's lovely. Thank you. 20 years down the line.
20 years. I've never managed that before.
Excellent.
Yeah. So,
thank you very much.
Thank you. I never thought of it till now. And that is it. Yeah.
Cool.
My children and grandchildren are important, but they go on and do their own things. So, and so can I.
Cool. Thank you. So, Pauline, what's the most important thing in your life?
I think love given to me by other people, and also being allowed to give love to others. It's a circle for me. I couldn't live without the feeling that there was a purpose to get out of bed for. Simple, as that. You can't do things right all the time, but you can try. Sometimes you have to walk away. And I have walked away. Rather than the fight going on and festering, it's best just to go away and pray. I have a faith. I'm not a bang the drum Christian, I'm a quiet Christian. I don't preach, I listen and hold people's hands, as simple as that. But then I've done that from a very early age. I was 8 when I joined the St John's Ambulance, and I can remember holding somebody's hand when they had to get a splinter taken out by a nurse, and that you felt useful, but you had done something, you communicated with somebody. And I have been told off for being too tactile. But why shouldn't I hold a patient's hand on the way to the theatre? As simple as that. And people have done the same for me. And it all stems back to love. And that's what we're taught in the Bible. It's one of the first things that you are taught. But people forget, and people try to change doctrines to suit themselves, but that's a human trait. So there you are. And I say to all my friends, thank you very much for all the love you've given me. Especially recently, because I have a new family. Getting hard to sort of face and how I'm going to really cope with them all, because it's not just my immediate new family, it's all the other hangers-on, the extended families that I don't know their names even. But it's going to be some learning curve.
And love will get you through.
Thank you, Ashra, thank you, and I have a lot to thank you for. We have a lot in common.
Yeah.
I think that says it all, really.
Lovely, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Oscar, my question is, what is the most important thing in your life?
How I talk to myself. How I talk to myself. The conversation in my head, how responsible I am for it. Whatever is happening. My conversation about what is. My interpretation of the facts. For that's what makes me feel one way or another. And that's everything. How I feel determines what I do, and what I do determines the results that I get. I have a mnemonic for that. Bear. That's the most important thing in my life. Bear. Beliefs lead to emotions, lead to actions, lead to results. Bear.
Nice.
You could argue that results lead to destiny. So our beliefs, the images and thoughts we have in our heads determine how we feel. Our energy and emotion. And that determines what we do, our behavior, our reactions a lot of the time. That determines the results and outcomes that we get from the conversation in our head and pictures that we hold. So be mindful of eavesdropping on myself and being my best friend in my head as much as possible.
Thank you. My question is, what's the most important thing in your life?
Bloody hell. I have never given it much thought, I have to admit. But the most important thing, the first thing that came into my head was my health. What can I say? So yes, health. Health and happiness and loads of love.
Care to expand, or is that it?
I guess that's about it, really.
Cool.
Not very good at expansion.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Right, Beth, my lovely granddaughter, my question is, what is the most important thing in your life?
My family. They mean a lot to me. Just 'cause.
Just because they're your family?
Yeah, just because. I guess they're the people I've been living with my whole life. And so they're just really special to me. And losing them would be really bad for me. So yeah, they're probably the most important thing.
Cool. Is that enough? Do you want to say any more?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Thank you.